Hello, everybody. Today I'm here with another episode showcasing another team. My first video did really well, so I wanted to see if you guys are still interested. I realize Inside Out team is pretty new. So let's see what you guys think of these other ones. We have Shank up here first. We're doing the Wreck-It Ralph team today. I could definitely see them adding more Wreck-It Ralph characters in the future, but for right now, there's no characters data mined for it, and we have exactly 5. You know, Shank made it the perfect 5 here. And Shank is my highest level one, but they're all pretty close to each other. Calhoun is right next to her there. And I think Calhoun looks the least like she did in the movie. Her suit looks pretty awesome though, still. And Calhoun is probably one of my favorite characters from the movie as well. I don't know how this team is going to stack up. Shank was added like maybe a year after these characters were added for the second movie, which is very cool. Although I feel like Shank was a very strange choice. I wouldn't normally think games would add Shank. But the rest of them were already in the game from the very beginning. I haven't not looked at Felix in a very long time. Ralph, I think, used to be on my team. Vanellope at some point I think was as well, but I guess you just start out with them, so maybe that has something to do with it. And they're all very close to each other, so this should work out better for the next one, better than the Incredible Showcase, and also I'm probably not going to be bombarded with text this time. Unfortunately for those of you who maybe liked that. But for those of you that didn't, don't worry, this is just the game this time. So, again, I'm going to have to kind of calibrate a little bit on what kind of level we should go into. We can just try something like this. Taking the team out. Like I said, they're all pretty close to each other here. The biggest gap I think is between Felix and Calhoun. Alright, so there they all are lined up together. It's a very strange lineup. You would expect Ralph to be in the front, but instead Felix takes the very front. Shank seems so out of style compared to everyone else, but that's kind of because they all have their own style, really. They all come from their own games, and they should all look unique. It's interesting that they kind of went with this thing for Ralph and Vanellope, where they had a style exclusive to this game. You know, Vanellope looks nothing like that in the movie. And Ralph doesn't look as crazy. He doesn't have a ripped shirt or anything. But they're the only characters that did that. So they kind of stand out. And Calhoun takes the rear, which I guess makes sense because she's a ranged character. With Vanellope going right in front of her, also with the gun here, which makes sense. And then I guess Shank is central. I don't necessarily know why. You can definitely see like the art style changed by the time they were making someone like Shank. Again, they do come from different styles in the game, but she just looks so out of place compared to the rest of them. They all look like they fit together very well, and then Shank does not look like she fits in. I don't know, there's something about how she looks. Like even Calhoun, who would probably be the most out of place out of the 4, looks pretty in tune with everyone else, so I don't know, I feel like that kind of messes up the look of everything. Let's go in. I don't know if this is going to be a good battle for them or not. I think already in battle they look better all next to each other. Shank fits in a little bit more. So Shank kind of steals the show with that huge car going through the entire stage here. But you also see in the back someone like Calhoun shooting that laser. She also throws a grenade kind of thing. Man, it's crazy. I've not played with these characters for so long. Felix calls them the team of villagers or townspeople, and I believe he heals. I don't remember if he heals everyone or just himself. I'm very surprised that Ralph is the one that died on that one. Ralph is, I think, the most generic one. He just walks up and punches. He does heal himself from time to time, I believe. And then Vanellope finally is shooting her gun, and oh yeah, she can glitch into the middle of the stage and shoot people. That like wheel on her car gets launched off. Yeah, Felix hits himself in the head and heals himself. And I can't tell when he does the hearts, if that's healing other people or just him. And either he's healing Shank or she's healing herself. Okay, everyone won that time. Seems like we're in a pretty good range of levels. Let's see if the next chapter is okay as well. So we have a healer. I don't know if he's healing everyone, but it seems like I believe Shank and Ralph both have their own kind of healing thing, so I guess it's not really necessary. And because Calhoun and Vanellope are in the back, they don't need the heals as much. Okay, so maybe moving up to the next chapter is not a good idea. But we could try the next level and see if that one works any better. It could just be that BOGO is too much. Let's see. I also didn't get to see what you guys requested for the next video, so unfortunately this is just me choosing another group. Because I have these recorded so far in advance, so I apologize for that if you didn't want to see Wreck-It Ralph. So a lot of people just died there. But Calhoun is standing her ground. It's interesting because there are three characters like constantly up in front. And that allows for the two in the back to kind of do their own thing. And I think it works really well. They take a lot of the hits. Like, Felix is almost like meant to take hits and then he just heals himself. Which is a great move for a team. And Ralph does a lot of heavy hits and also heals himself from time to time, which is very nice. Again, it feels like Shank is maybe the one outsider in this group, but I think it ends up working out alright. I think we need to go back to the previous chapter. I don't think we played this level. This chapter is like perfect, I think. I got a randomly lucky... Oh, we got Mr. Incredible though, which might not be good. Well, and we have a Felix versus Felix. Alright, well ours won. But yeah, Vanellope and Calhoun kind of stand their ground in the back, and the others protect them, which seems to work out very well. Well, Mr. Incredible just ruined that one. I'm already liking this better than the Incredibles team. Again, I think it was mostly flawed because one character is way too strong compared to everyone else, and this one is so evenly distributed in level that when you find a good stage to go onto, they're going to all do good together. That works out great for showcasing the team, I think. And that was another strength of the Inside Out characters, is that they were mostly level. Maybe Disgust was a little under level, but she was able to stand her ground as well. I don't know, I think the idea of this team does work out pretty well. And if you were to level them all up, you would have a pretty solid team, I would imagine. Maybe not, or certainly not the best team. But they work pretty well together, I think. My reasoning for that is, I guess I've said it so many times, but I just want to make sure that I get across how I think the team does well. Felix and Shank and Ralph kind of act as a wall and protecting the ranged characters in the back. While all the characters in the front are able to heal, the two in the back are not, so being able to protect them allows us to do a little bit better. Also, that BOGO destroyed us. But I think that's a great thing to have in a team. It's like, well, that's kind of the idea with my Mr. Incredible. He's a wall. People can't get through him. And if he's having a hard time fighting them, then the people in the back will hopefully do their part as he's kind of protecting them. So that's kind of their purpose that they're serving. Although I feel like a wall for these characters in the back that don't do all that much. I feel like Calhoun and Vanellope are kind of the weaklings in the group, because I'm not sure what they do status effects wise. You know, how are they helping the team overall other than just attacking? And Are their attacks even that strong or that interesting? I know Calhoun has that one kind of like laser she shoots across. And Vanellope does every once in a while go in and attack up front with her glitch, but I don't think she can really be killed when doing that, so she's not really risking anything. I don't know. If you leveled up Calhoun and Vanellope way more than the other characters so that they're super strong, then it would definitely make sense to have a wall to protect those super strong characters. Man, every time a bow goes on stage, I can't win. That seems to be their one downfall here, is that someone like Mr. Incredible or Chief Bogo they just can't beat. Very interesting. So you can see some of the weaknesses poking through. For a character like that, what does Bogo do? He really just shields himself and keeps himself healed and well protected often. Is that the only flaw? Is that if we can't kill someone quickly, that they'll kill us instead? Because if that's the case, you know, that can be simply fixed by just leveling up our characters enough to kill them quicker. I don't know, you can kind of see them working together in a way. The best way they work together is that kind of wall thing I was mentioning, but there are other ways as well. And they all attack individually. They have their own kind of attacks. They don't really work together in that way. But I feel like we have all the kind of core groups we need. I guess we don't have someone giving us any shield. Am I correct in that? I believe so. And I feel like someone like Calhoun would maybe be the character to do that. But even yet, you know, that's just something we don't have. And that could also be one of the flaws in this group. Is someone that gives shield can be very crucial sometimes. I bring in Baymax so that I can do just that. So that may be something that you would want to add to a team like this. You know, maybe take out Vanellope or Calhoun and replace them with someone that can offer some shielding. I don't know. It is interesting that they all seem to live pretty long and then all die around the same time. Kind of seems like it seems like they do a good job at protecting each other until one falls and then the rest can't take it either. Which in some ways is a strength and in other ways is a flaw. Yeah, I do think they work well together. I think that's the quickest conclusion I came to so far in these videos. Well, I did think the Inside Out team worked pretty well. I think we're done in the battles. Let's look at them one last time. I felt like in battle, Shank didn't stand out as much as she does right here in this screen. Her style just clashes so much. It seems like she's so much smaller and so much more detailed than the rest of the characters, especially like Ralph. I don't know. Makes her stand out, I think, compared to everyone else. Like, just when you take her out, look how well they all stand together. I don't know. At least we were able to get a full team with them. I don't know, I'm wondering if I should do showcases with just like 4 people or 3 people. Because they have been adding characters to series that we haven't seen characters for in a while, allowing us to do some more of these showcases. Like, I'll be able to do another team thanks to some... Well, these characters may have released by the time this video comes out. But the problem is, one of the series is getting 6 characters and not 5, which means you kind of have to decide on which character you want to bring in. And same if they do all the Big Hero 6 characters, and the same when I eventually do a DuckTales episode. I guess I didn't worry about it with the Incredibles, but that's because Frozone doesn't really fit in the Incredibles family, and Syndrome is the villain. I guess for the DuckTales one that, what's her name? Magica is a villain, so you wouldn't bring her in. But also Donald is kind of part of the classic group and not really completely to the DuckTales, you know. He's kind of a Mickey Mouse character. Or speaking of, if we ever get like Daisy, we can do a Fabulous 5 showcase. That would be a fun one. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to doing more of these episodes. I was really happy that the first one did well. I have no idea if the Incredibles one will do well, especially considering all the how poor the video ended up turning out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching. I will see you soon with another showcase, either Toy Story, DuckTales, or Zootopia. Once we do all those, maybe we'll move to something like Aladdin or Alice in Wonderland, where we probably won't get another character, and if we do, it probably won't be for a while. So, thank you for watching. I will see you soon. Goodbye.